What is an SOT license? Have you ever wondered what an SOT license is and how it fits into the world of firearms? Let's break it down in a straightforward way. An SOT, or Special Occupational Taxpayer, is a tax classification for individuals or businesses that hold a federal firearms license. This classification is specifically for those who manufacture, import, or transfer items regulated by the National Firearms Act. These items include things like silencers, machine guns, and short-barreled firearms. It's important to note that an SOT is not a standalone license. Instead, it is a tax status that allows federal firearms license holders to engage in activities related to National Firearms Act items without having to pay the standard $200 tax stamp for each item transferred. To get this tax status, a person or business must first have a valid federal firearms license. There are different classes of SOTs based on the type of federal firearms license held. For example, a Class 1 SOT is for importers, a Class 2 SOT is for manufacturers, and a Class 3 SOT is for dealers. If someone has a federal firearms license for manufacturing, they would typically apply for a Class 2 SOT to legally produce National Firearms Act items. The annual tax for holding an SOT can range from $500 to $1,000, depending on the size of the business. This tax status also exempts SOT holders from the per item National Firearms Act transfer taxes when selling to government agencies or other SOTs. From the perspective of Second Amendment rights, many view the regulations surrounding SOTs as unnecessary obstacles that complicate lawful firearm commerce. Conservatives and gun rights advocates often argue that these requirements representing federal overreach. They believe that the restrictions imposed by the National Firearms Act infringe on the right to bear arms, as the Second Amendment does not differentiate between common and specialized firearms. Practically speaking, having SOT status allows businesses to manufacture and sell National Firearms Act items legally. This is crucial for supplying law enforcement and military contracts. However, private individuals looking to purchase National Firearms Act items through an SOT still need to undergo background checks and pay the $200 tax stamp, along with waiting for approval from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. This process is often criticized by conservatives as being redundant and infringing on lawful ownership. SOT holders can retain machine guns and other National Firearms Act items without individual tax stamps, as long as they maintain their status. This is sometimes used to argue that such items can be owned legally without posing public safety risks. In discussions about federal firearms policy, many Republicans advocate for simplifying or even eliminating SOT and National Firearms Act requirements. They frame these regulations as unnecessary layers that penalize responsible gun owners and businesses while doing little to prevent criminal activity. The SOT system is often viewed as part of a broader regulatory framework that conflicts with the Second Amendment's guarantee of an individual's right to keep and bear arms. Understanding what an SOT license is can help clarify the ongoing discussions surrounding gun rights and regulations in America.